Good evening, basketball fans. This is the Daily Hoosier Daddy on Octane Infinity TV. I am Mr. JL. 13 games in the NBA Friday night with two great games on ESPN. The first saw a very thrilling victory in Atlanta over the Suns, and for us hometown folks in Portland, we're glad to see the Blazers defeat a major playoff contender in Orlando. Let's get to the matchups for Friday night, January the 15th. The first matchup being Taco Del Mar versus Team Swine Flu. Mike picked up Jermaine O'Neal and Allen Iverson for Team Swine Flu tonight. He did play AI, however, sat Jermaine O'Neal. Let me tell you what you missed out, Team Swine Flu. J.O. got 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 blocks at Houston tonight. So that's what you missed out. You also sat Jameer Nelson. Not a very impressive game in Portland, so I won't go to the numbers there. But I will tell you what you got, Swine Flu. You got 5 blocks from Roy Hibbert. Great game from Richard Hamilton. Go Pistons. He got 32 points, 10 assists, and 3 steals in very impressive fashion. Chris, on the other hand, sat Earl Boykins tonight at Chicago and Jared Jeffries. Jeffries pulled down 10 rebounds versus the Raptors tonight. You probably could have used that, Chris, but even worse for you, your field goal percentage reduced drastically on a very poor shooting performance from Josh Howard, who shot 2 for 14 from the field tonight against Oklahoma City. Ouch. Anyways, no changes in your matchup, Swine Flu. You still lead the matchup 5-4. Now, Ringleader versus 7 Apples went into Friday night tied at 4-4. Bill got a big game from Amari Stoudemire in Atlanta. He had 28 points and 14 rebounds. Mike Bibby also led his team in assists with 11. Mike Twister, you got big games from Al Harrington, 31-point night with 5 triples. Very impressive. Troy Murphy, as expected, a double-double machine with 21 and 14. And then Andrew Bogut, who got 15 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 blocks tonight. So, Mike, you do take over on threes. You pass Bill, so going into Saturday, you'll lead that matchup 5-4. Ball Don't Lie versus Jobbers. Adam led the matchup going into Friday 6-3. Both teams, you did have full lineups. Scott, however, sat Flip Murray, who he just picked up, and probably a good idea since he shot 3 for 13 from the field. He did get 11 points, though, in addition to 2 rebounds. Adam, however, benched Andres Biedrins, which is a change in the lineup, which I sort of expected talking to him this morning, because I noticed you picked up Andre Miller late last night. Adam, so you got 2 straight nights of bad shooting, relatively bad shooting anyways. Jay Rich shot badly, Iggy shot badly, Marvin shot badly, hovering around the 30% mark. So Scott now leads in field goal percentage and threes. So he's closing the gap in on you, man. It's Scott 4, Adam 5 going into Saturday. Dragon Royalty versus Richard Needs Roids. Edwin smoking in this matchup 8-1. Easy-E had 13 guys on his roster. All 13 of them had games tonight, so he sat the Spurs, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. However, he also sat Boris Diaw. Could have used him tonight, man. 10 for 14 from the field, perfect 4 for 4 from the 3-point arc, and perfect at the line at 2 for 2, all for 26 points. Boris also got 11 rebounds. You did get low shooting, Edwin, from Tyreek Evans and Kevin Durant, 23 and 33% from the field. And Durant also got 8 turnovers in 38 minutes tonight. You did get studs performing for you. Antoine Jameson was just remarkable tonight, 34 points and 18 rebounds. Elton Brand coming up big on the defensive end with 4 steals. Jonas, on the other hand, he sat down. Chris came in as I expected, and Chris Douglas Roberts from the New Jersey Nets. That was probably a good move on your part, Jonas. CDR shot 2 for 7 from the field. Channing Frye, however, you did have in your lineup. He was even worse from the field, shooting 2 for 8. Both teams are still remaining competitive at free throws, but Jonas has passed Edwin now, and Edwin only leads 7-1, so you're tied in blocks at 16 apiece, guys. And the final matchup is Renee versus me. I will talk about my team first. I had 5 triples from Andrea Bargnani of the Raptors, 24 points, nearly 70% from the field with 12 rebounds. Also got 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 4 blocks from Josh Smith of the Atlanta Hawks tonight in that thriller over, over the Suns. That guy should be an all-star. Let's debate about this when we get a chance, guys. I think for all you Gerald Wallace fans out there, and TNT or NBA TV talked about this, this guy, Josh Smith's worthy of all-star mention, perhaps over Gerald Wallace. One more guy did well for me, Samuel Dallenberg, 7 for 7, perfect from the field, 17 points and 12 rebounds with 3 blocks in the win over the Kings tonight. Now let's talk about my opponent, Renee. Renee had 9 players. He did have Brandon Roy in the lineup. However, the Blazers opted not to play him tonight, which was a good move for the Blazers' part, bad for fantasy owners. However, you made up some ground, Renee. You got good performances from David Lee, 25 and 14, the double-double machine that he is. But get this, guys. David Lee got 9 assists. 9 assists from a big. Amazing in that loss to Toronto. Came up short against the Raptors. And he also got big games from Brendan Haywood, 16 points, 20 rebounds. And then Jason Thompson as well, one of Jonas's favorites, with 19 points and 16 rebounds. Jamal Crawford, also want to note for Renee, not the super standout, but he did get 21 points and that game-winning triple to defeat the Suns. I still own the edge on Renee, 7-2, but we're close in points, threes, and turnovers. And well, we'll see if I can hold that lead. I really want to win this matchup badly, and I got 2 more nights to hold you off, Renee, so we'll see how it goes after Sunday night. Fellas, let's move on to the Hoosier Daddy leaderboard, brought to you by Portland on the Cheap for bargains, money-saving deals, discounts, coupons, and freebies. For the second straight night, I lead in 3 categories: 254 rebounds, 41 blocks, and 495 from the field, although Scott Trails is very close second at 49%. Now, Scott also leads in 2 categories in his own right. He leads in assists, which I expected, with 132, although Twist is pretty close at 129. But Scott is also tied in the fewest turnovers with Chris at 42. Chris also leads in 2 categories. He, in addition to tying in turnovers, leads at free throws with an .844 percentage. Edwin also leads in 2 categories with 47 threes and 730 points. Man, Edwin, you got 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday, to get 270 points, get that elusive 1,000 for the week. Only one other GM has done that to my knowledge, and that was Adam last year. And that is your Hoosier Daddy leaderboard, brought to you again by PortlandOnTheCheap.com, your source for money-saving values and optimizing your dollar. Going into Saturday, there are 8 games that's scheduled in the NBA, including the Miami Heat at Oklahoma City. That game is a feature contest on NBA TV, so be sure to check your local listings on your cable or satellite provider. So for the moves on Saturday, Adam makes 2 moves. He acquires a pair of point guards in Mike Conley and Earl Watson, dropping Andre Miller and Marvin Williams. Mike, for Team Swine Flu, drops AI and gets Richard Jefferson. Only moves right now, there are still a couple hours left to make moves for tomorrow, and you will probably see that later. So for now, that is your Hoosier Daddy. That is your daily Hoosier Daddy, excuse me, on Octane Infinity TV, exclusively now at www.youtube.com. I'm Mr. JL, the bomb from Vietnam, and boom goes the dynamite.